Hey guys, welcome back to Alice in Yoga Land. Today we're going to do a practice to stress the connective tissue. With that being said, a comfortable seat at the back of your mat. You can rest your hands, palms up, open to receive, or palms down for grounding, whatever suits you at this moment. Close your eyes, begin to inhale and exhale through the nose. Letting go of all that has come before now, whatever needs to be done later on. Try to make this time and space specifically for you. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose, the default breathing of the yogi, Ujjayi or Dirga breath. It oxygenates your blood, calms your nervous system. Take your hands in prayer to your heart center. Set an intention for yourselves, something that makes you happy. What do you want? Take your thumbs and hands up to your third eye, Anya, and see your intention clearly. Take your hands all the way up to the heavens, reaching your hands up high. Reaching up high, pull the shoulders back and down, press the sits bones into the earth. Cross your thumbs, separate the fingers wide, exhale the hands to the earth, roll onto your knees for a wide-legged child's pose. Forehead rest, forearms rest on the earth, buttocks back towards your heels. The knees are wide for your chest and belly to drop in. Raise your face, walk your hands over to your right, not too far. And look underneath your right armpit, resting on the left side of your forehead. Raise your face, walk your hands back to center, take your hands over to the left, not too far, just enough. Turn your head to look underneath your left armpit. Try to have both forearms resting on the earth. So less is more in this practice. What's happening now is you're warming up in the hips, you're releasing any tension in the low back, getting into the front of the ankles, the tops of the feet. The back line and front line of fascia. Fascia is connective tissue, it's plastic. It surrounds all the tendons, ligaments, and muscles in the body. Walk your hands and face back to center. Walk your hands towards you. Lift the buttocks off the heels. Tuck your toes. And come to sit on the back of your feet the best you can with your toes tucked as we stress the plantar fascia in the feet. Your hands are going to rest on your thighs, fingers separated wide. Inhale, look up. Exhale, chin to chest. One more time. So inhale. Exhale. Again. Again. Last one. Take your hands out in front of you for the burnt offering. Palms up, pinkies touch. Take the hands down, the fingers point towards the toes, wrist face forward. Inhale, raise your face. Exhale, chin to chest. One more. Now lift your hands. Take your left hand to the outside of your right thigh. Right hand to the outside of your left foot. Keep your hands where they are. Just turn your head to look over your left shoulder. Let the left shoulder fall away. Let the chin droop towards the armpit. Change sides. Right hand to left eye. Left hand to the outside of right foot. Turn your head only to the right. Let the right shoulder fall away. Let the chin droop towards the armpit. I know your feet are starting to say, oh my. Yep. Bring the fingers back to center in between the knees. Widen the feet as much as you need to. The toes will point out, heels in. Malasana, the garland pose. So try to get your heels on the ground. The wider you make this stance, the easier it is. The back of the hands are going to rest on the mat. The arms close to you. Bend the knees, bend the elbows, drop the chin to the chest. You're getting into your Achilles. The Achilles are our weaknesses. You're getting into your hips, which are stubborn, and hold on to a whole bunch of karmic scars known as samskaras. And you're getting into your sacral plexus, known as Swadhisthana, land of self, creativity, finances, sexuality. It's the second chakra, and it's orange. Now raise your face. Take your left arm in front of your left leg. Left hand out to the left. Inhale the right arm up. Make the hand big, 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 like rays of sun. Look back at that right thumb. Looking back at these karmic angels known as Gandhavas. 10 karmic credits for every good deed we perform. Right arm down in front of your right leg, right hand out to the right, left arm up, looking back at the left thumb. The Devas, celestial musicians. 1 karmic debit for every negative deed we perform. They sing our thanks and praises. Left hand down. Claw the mat out in front of you as if you're a cat about to pounce on its prey. So claw the mat and focus at the top of your mat. Walk your right hand forward, right knee down, left hand forward, left knee down, and come to the top of your mat and tabletop. Wrists directly underneath your shoulders, fingers are separated wide, and circle your torso to the right for your dancing lion. Guys, if you need more cushion underneath your knees, you could take your mat and do something like this, so you have extra cushion underneath your knees while you do this, if that's available to you. Those of you at home could always double your mat or put towels underneath your knees. Come back to center, circle to your left for the lioness. And just go where it's comfortable to go. It's an organic movement. Again, you're still warming up your hips. No force, no rush. Now come back to center. Inhale, broaden the collarbones. Look up for Vittilasana, the holy cow. Exhale, chin to chest, hiss it out for the cat Madhyasana. Inhale, broaden, look up. This warms up the spine and cools down the rajasic, gassy, steamy mind. Exhale, chin to chest. So our body is cold, inert, slothful. It's known as tamasic. Inhale up. And the mind is rajasic, hot, steamy vapors. Exhale. We want to become more like sattvic and flow like water. Now, come back to center. And see if you can separate those fingers wide. Tuck your toes. Bring your chest and chin down to the floor for crouching tiger or grasshopper. So the elbows stay up. You're getting into your thoracic spine. The thoracic spine is the area between the clavicles and the jaw. So from your collarbones to your jaw, you're getting into the back of the neck. You want to prevent kyphosis. That's the hunchback. People get a lump in the back of their neck from poor posture, from not getting enough activity in their thoracic area. So the connective tissue that surrounds this needs to be rehydrated so we don't become one of these elderly people with a big lump in the back of their neck. Here in South Florida, we see plenty. Roll all the way down onto the belly and walk your forearms forward, coming into Sphinx pose.
Nada Singhasana, half man, half lion. So the elbows should be directly underneath your shoulders. Now, you can keep your legs hip width or widen them a little bit wider. The tops of the feet are on the floor. Press into your hands, straighten the arms, drop the chin to the chest. You're getting into your lumbar spine and your quadratus lumborum. So just drop the chin to the chest. So most of you know where your lumbar is. You probably have lumbar supports in your cars or on some of your desk chairs. The quadratus lumborum is a little bit higher up. Quad, 4. It's like a 4-sided plate. Sometimes when we get hit from the side, we injure the quadratus lumborum. Sometimes it can stretch crooked or to the side. So it all depends what's going on in your back, your low back. This is a back bend. Some of you know it as seal or infant. It's a form of bhujangasana, a form of cobra. You're leveraging from bone to bone. Now, elbows down. The elbows directly underneath your shoulders. Once again, you're in Sphinx pose. Now, you can keep the tops of the feet on the floor. Tuck your toes. But make sure when you drop your chin to your chest, your forehead does not touch the earth. Your elbows to your shoulders. The elbows are hiking up towards your ears. The head is floating in midair. Again, you're leveraging from bone to bone. You're getting into the back of the neck, the sides of the neck. Nada Singhasana, the Sphinx. He has the courage to stand up to authority, to defy what authority says when he knows authority or dictators may be using their power for evil. The Sphinx faces east over the Red Sea, known as the Sea of Reeds, towards the Himalayas, known as the heavenly realms. So maybe you look to the heavenly realms, requesting or praying for something that you want. And the Red Sea, known as the Sea of Reeds, our connective tissue that surrounds our muscles, tendons, and ligaments looks just like bundles of reeds. Now raise your face. Pivot your left forearm to the right. Stay on that left elbow. Bend your right leg and see if you can get that right wrist to rest inside the medial arch of your right foot. Now don't pull the leg. Don't bend the elbow. Let the leg pull your arm back and just drop the head again. Again, that left shoulder hikes up towards your ear and the right shoulder's being pulled back. So try not to pull the leg. When somebody's pulling your leg, they're kidding you. So try not to pull your leg. Let the leg pull the shoulder. Pull the arm back. You feel a little bit in the shoulder, but you feel more so where the left shoulder's hiking up towards your left ear. And again, you're not using muscle. You're leveraging from bone to bone. And if your quads are tight, you'll know about it, but you're really not tugging and pulling at the quad so much as you are just letting the shoulder be pulled back. Now release that, right elbow down. Right elbow down directly underneath your right shoulder. Pivot the right forearm over to the left. Bend the left leg. Let the left wrist rest inside. Inside, not outside. If you do the outside, you're going to cramp. So try to have it inside the medial arch of the left foot. Drop the head. The right shoulder now hikes up towards the right ear. And you just let your head hang. So this connective tissue practice is the quantum opposite of your vinyasa hatha practice. So those are the forceful practice. This is more of a yin-based practice. So there's a active and an inactive. Some people may call this more of a Raja practice. Raja just means meditation. And even though we're doing postures and it's not just a straight seated meditation, when you hold these poses for a long time with your eyes closed, your mind starts to go into a meditative state. If you're not focused on anything in particular, even if the thoughts come and go, they start to have more space between them. Release. Bring
yourself all the way down onto the mat, arms alongside of you, palms facing up. Look over your right shoulder. Sleeping serpent. Now bend the right leg, bend your left leg. See if you can get the right wrist to rest inside of the medial arch of the right foot. Turn your head to the left. See if you can get the left wrist to rest inside the medial arch of the left foot. And then you're in a totally like a relaxed bow pose. So some people in Hatha, you would call this Dhanurasana bow. But we'll call it a Raja Dhanurasana because we're not using muscle, we're not lifting ourselves. You're like a big, giant jellyfish resting on your mat. Chin to center, turn your head to look right, release, and let those legs just go back to where they were. Now, bring your arms out to T, palms down, and walk the legs back together again if they have separated. Now you're looking at your right hand. Sweep the right hand towards you directly underneath the right shoulder so the right elbow's bent. And as you look underneath that right arm, it's like looking under a bed or through a picture frame. Now you're going to roll all the way onto your left side and walk the right hand a little closer to you so you still have that window in which to look through under your right arm. And your legs are extended. We're coming into a reclining Buddha pose. Now you're going to bend your right leg and the right foot is going to come into standing behind your left thigh. Or behind your left knee, wherever it's comfortable. Now this may be as far as you can go today. Take your right hand if you can, bend the left leg and see if you can take the right hand to the left ankle and tuck that left foot into your right hip flexor. And then drop the right hand back down again in front of your chest or in front of your belly. So the left arm is out to the left. Unless you've got a rotator issue on the front of the left shoulder, you may not be able to do that. But just do what you can. Make sure nothing hurts. This is reclining Buddha. The Buddha is an avatar of Vishnu. Vishnu, the sustainer, the maintainer. And Buddha was the Lord of compassion. He offered his knowledge freely. You're getting into your iliopsoas, the sacral plexus. You're getting into the left hip. You're getting into the quad, the lateral line of fascia down the legs. Getting into the area now in the front of the chest. Now, from here, stay where you are. All you're going to do is flip your right hand in front of you. So the right fingers can still point towards the chest or the belly, or they can point towards the knees. But make sure, make sure your fingers are either pointing towards your belly or towards your knees, but there's a space. You can still look underneath that arm. What this is going to do is by flipping the palm to be palm up, you're going to clear Pingala Nadi and block Ida. The nadis, we have 72,000 of them. They're energy channels. The right channels are Pingala. So you're clearing Pingala Nadis and you're blocking Ida on the left. Don't worry, we'll get to her side. So we're doing the right side first. So you're going to notice your left nostril becoming blocked just by doing the flipping of the wrist. Flip the right hand back down. Extend the left leg. Extend the right leg. Roll back onto your bellies. Arms out in T. Palms down. Turn your head to look left. I know, and you're going to feel it more when you come out of the pose than when you're in the pose. Now sweep the left hand towards you, right underneath the left elbow. Keep the right arm out to the right, and then roll onto your right side.
But now the left hand comes a little closer to you, but you have this space under your arm, like as if you could look under it better through a picture frame. Bend your left leg, bring your left foot in standing behind the right leg. This may be as far as you go today. Listen to your body. If you can, bend your right leg, left hand grabs the right ankle and pulls this right foot into the left hip flexor. Left hand comes back down in front of your chest or in front of your belly. Reclining Buddha on the second side. So the Buddha, he offered his knowledge freely to anybody who would listen. He just continued to offer whatever he could, giving any knowledge he had, and shared it with those who were willing to listen or who were hungry for his knowledge. Flip your left hand so the palm faces up. The fingers can point towards your chest or belly or point towards your knee. The Buddha also sought the middle way. So, just like us, we could do things, maybe too much, and it gets to be too much. We could be lazy and doing too little, but we can find a balance into just how much work or study we need to do. Same thing with food, all of our behavior. How much we eat, how little we eat. Yoga is not for the person who doesn't eat anything. Yoga is not for the person who stuffs their face constantly. We practice finding the middle way, just like the Buddha did. See, because he was an avatar of Vishnu, and so was Narasimha, all of the avatars, he had 10, they all were there to help sustain and maintain, just like Vishnu, the sustainer, the maintainer of the universe did. And all of his avatars, whatever activity or action they took, was to help to maintain the status quo. Now flip your left palm back down. Extend the right leg. Extend the left leg. And roll all the way back onto your bellies. Arms alongside of you, sleeping serpent. Look over your right shoulder. We're going to come into a pose dedicated to Vishnu now. So we're going to roll onto our left side with the left elbow to the top of the mat and rest your head in your left hand. Bend your legs slightly and tuck your left pinky toe under. I'm going to do it this way so you guys can see me here. So, left elbow to the top of the mat. You're resting your head in your left hand. Your right hand's in front of your chest or your belly. Your knees are bent. And you're going to make your left pinky toe like a kickstand. Now, you're going to look down the legs, lift the right leg up. Right arm inside the right leg. Peace fingers of the right hand are going to grip onto the right big toe and lift the right leg up. And this pose is Anantasana. Ananta was the serpent. So this sleeping serpent that Vishnu slept on, or was his cosmic couch, if you'd like to call it. Vishnu slept on Ananta, his cosmic couch, and slept. So this is Vishnu sleeping. He closes his eyes and he dreams. Now Vishnu, the sustainer, maintainer. His female consort, Lakshmi, bathed his feet in milk. Now Lakshmi was the goddess who dispensed the boons of health and wealth. And while he slept, she bathed his feet in milk, and it is said one of the droplets of milk that fell created the Milky Way. While Vishnu slept, he dreamt. It is said, while he was dreaming, he dreamt Brahma, the creator, popping out of his belly button as a four-headed lotus blossom. head representing the caste system of India. From the heads were the Brahmin, the shaman, the godheads, the priests, the rabbis. From the shoulders, the Kshatriyas, the politicians, the military. From his belly, the Vasis, the merchants, the businessmen. And from the legs were the workers, the Shudras. Underfoot, the pariahs, the untouchables. This is what Vishnu dreamt while he slept on an underground. Now you're going to release this foot. Keep the right leg bent and let it just come to the floor so that the inside of the right knee is on the floor, the inside of the right ankle is on the floor. And roll onto your belly again. Extend the left leg back, and the right leg is in a frog-like position. The right leg is in a frog-like position. And the arms are going to be in a goalpost position for this moment. Now, extend the right arm to the top of the mat. I'm going to turn around so you guys can see. So now we're going to extend the right arm to the top of the mat. Press into your right fingers. Lift the right elbow. And sweep the left arm through. Left palm faces up. Now you can either rest the left side of your face on the mat or bend your right arm and use your right forearm as a pillow, turning your head to look right. So you're in the back of the left shoulder as the right leg is in a frog leg. Now, your left leg is extended long. See if you can turn the left big toe to the left and get into the toe mound area of the big left toe. So you're getting into the hammer bones, the malleolus, inside of the right knee, inside of the right ankle. The big toe mound on the left foot, if you kind of turn those toes out to the left, you're getting into the hammer toe. And you're getting into the back of the left shoulder, the left rhomboid, the left deltoid. Ilio major, minor. Again, the iliopsoas on the right. And the connective tissue, because it's plastic, it needs a little bit more time and heat in order to become rehydrated and plumped up. So in your muscle practice, your hatha vinyasa practice, you may not hold poses for a minute or two or three because that's elastic tissue. This is plastic tissue. Imagine taking heat and reshaping taffy. Sweep the left arm back out. Now bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Now tuck your left toes. Press into your hands. Walk your left knee slightly forward. And let's come into frog's pose, Mandukasana. Now, you can be on your mat this way with your elbows down here like so. But if you need to walk onto your mat the horizontal way to widen your knees with the elbows underneath your shoulders for Mandukasana, that's fine too. This is frog's pose, Mandukasana. And you're pulling the buttocks towards the heels. the interior of those thighs and hips. Walk your hands back towards you. And if you've gone horizontal on your mat, come back all the way down onto your mat, onto your belly. Arms alongside of you, sleeping serpent. Look over your left shoulder. Now let's roll onto our right side. Right elbow to the top of the mat. Bend your knees slightly. Tuck your right pinky toe under like a kickstand. Rest your head in your right hand. Rest your head in your right hand. Left hand in front of your chest or in front of your belly. So your knees are bent slightly. Look down your legs. Bend the left leg. Left arm inside the left leg. Peace finger grip inside the big left toe and lift that left leg up and become Vishnu, who slept on Ananta. So this cosmic serpent, one day Vishnu was bored. He was hanging out on his cloud, looking down on the universe, seeing what was happening. Not quite thrilled about what was going on down here on planet Earth. And he saw some young woman praying at the side of a riverbank for a baby with her hands open. Hands were in prayer, Manjali Mudra, and open to receive. So he was bored and he kicked Ananta off of the cloud. And Ananta fell so fast, instead of arriving as her baby, a full little baby, he arrived as half baby with a serpent's tail. So the woman was not questioning how this baby fell into her lap. She called it Patanjali, fallen angel, fallen Anjali angel. And Patanjali scribed the Yoga Sutra, these threads of knowledge that describe Raja Kriya Yoga, which means meditation. Patanjali grew up and knew more about Kriya and Raja Yoga than anybody around. And by the time he got old enough to scribe this book that we still read today, 196 sutras compiled inside of this book, describing Kriya Yoga, he became the one who's known for the knowledge he was able to put into this text. Now release that left big toe, bend the left leg, and roll onto your belly, but have the inside of the left knee come to the floor on a frog leg. The inside of the left ankle. Roll onto your belly now.
Right leg is extended long. Come onto your chest and belly, arms out in T, and then look to your right. So the right leg is extended long. Try to point the right toes to the right so you get into the hammer toe of the right big toe.
Experience yourself as
Now, extend the left arm out in front of you, Chris, into your left finger pads. Raise your chest and see if you could sweep the right arm through now. Right palm faces up, and maybe you rest the right side of your head on the earth, or you bend your left forearm and you rest the head on your left forearm looking to the left.
rest in the goodness of your heart. Rest. Patience. I bow to the earth and all beings. I bow to the earth and all beings.
And what do you think about? You think about whatever you want. Thoughts will arise. You acknowledge them, let them go. Another thought will arise. You acknowledge that and let that go. And soon the space between your thoughts will get a little bit longer. So that's the goal of Kriya or Raja Yoga, is to quiet the mind. A mind is constantly spinning, rotating. The Yoga Sutras, compiled by Patanjali a couple thousand years ago, in the very first 3 sutras, which are threads, describe pretty much the whole book in a nutshell. The first one says, Atha Yoga Anushasanam, now for the exposition of yoga. Exposition is to contemplate, to educate, to explore. So Atha is now, yoga is to yoke, to connect, to explore, to educate, to contemplate. The second sutra says, Yoga's chitta vritti nirodha, yoga ceases the mental fluctuations that spin inside of the head. Yoga helps to stop the vortices, the whirlpools. And the third sutra says, Tada drastis rupivastanam, and then the seer can abide in his own true nature. When the whirlpools stop, we can see clearly. Release the left arm from underneath you. Tuck the right toes under. Lift your head. Sweep the right arm out. Press into your finger pads. Extend the left leg. Arms alongside of you, sleeping serpent. Over your right shoulder. Palms facing up. Now once again, roll onto your left side and then roll all the way over onto your backs. With your knees bent. Now, your knees are bent, your feet are in standing, and you're on your back. Crab walk your right foot out to the right as far as it's willing to go off the mat with the knee bent. And then let the inside of the right knee come down towards the center of the mat. Just do what you can. Make sure this does not hurt your knees. Now take your right hand to your left ankle and let the left foot rest on top of the right hip flexor and continue to hold on to the left foot with the right hand. And then take the left arm alongside your ear, palm up, and look down your right arm as if you're looking down an elephant's trunk. The elephant's trunk helps to navigate our way through the field of ignorance. You're looking down that right arm, and you're going to feel this in the outer right hip flexor. You see the hips rotate 365 degrees. It's a ball and socket. Make sure you don't feel anything in your knees. You're in a supine weaver's pose, and you're looking down that right arm. See, when the hips are tight and sticky, we can have hip pain, low back pain, knee pain, shoulder, neck pain. The hips are responsible for so much. And earlier I told you that the hips hold these karmic scars known as samskaras. They're like karmic pocketbooks. And sometimes when we access these karmic scars, known as samskaras, upwellings of emotions may occur. They're called vasanas. So just acknowledge what comes up and let it go. It's okay. We want to heat up those negative karmic scars so much that we can burn them away, so we're making room for new karmic seeds to grow there that are positive, happy, healthy, loving, kind. Release that left foot. Let the left foot just rest on the mat. Now crab walk that right foot back onto the mat. Bend the left leg, bend the right leg, and hug the thighs into your belly. Release, bring the feet back to standing, knees bent. Now crab walk that left foot out to the left as far as it's willing to go today. Then let the inside of the left knee come down towards the mat. Left hand is going to grab that right ankle and pull that right foot to the top of your left hip flexor, and that left hand is going to continue to hold on to that right foot. Right arm is going to come up alongside your ear, palm up, and you're going to look down the left arm now and become this supine weaver on this side. The elephant's trunk takes us from the unreal to see the real. From life to death, from death into life everlasting. Viveka, wisdom, discernment. So we're getting rid of the old Prarabdha karma
any negative parabdha karma in the hips. Parabdha karma is karma we store that's stored in the hips, that is known as karma we come into this body and mind with. Karma from previous lives, or karma we accrue in early childhood, perhaps from those who helped bring us up. Parents, siblings, aunts, uncles, grandparents, neighbors, whoever, took care of us or was so kind to share their karma with us. But Parata karma primarily is here for us to work out in this lifetime because we couldn't figure it out the last time. Hopefully we accrue enough positive karma to not have to take this old Parata karma with us the next time around. Now, this is just according to Hindu philosophy. So the sutras, written in 4 chapters. The first chapter is on contemplation. Why do we practice meditation, Kriya, Raja Yoga? Well, to quiet the mind. Second chapter is on the sadhana, how. We practice through the 8-limb philosophy known as Ashtanga. The third chapter is on the vibhutis, which are the results of the practice and the warnings as to what not to do once we acquire and gain these special powers. And the last chapter is on Kavalya, independence. Release that right foot, let it just flop off the left thigh, slowly and gently crab walk that left foot back onto the mat. And hug those thighs into your belly once again. Now extend the arms out in T, palms up, and extend the legs to the sky with the knees slightly bent and the legs about hip-width apart. The soles of the feet are facing the ceiling or the sky, wherever you are, outside, inside. Knees are slightly bent. Your sacrum's on the floor. This is not a half shoulder stand. You're not using any muscles. So again, the sacrum is on the floor. The legs are extended. This is called Viparita Karani, legs up the wall, or seal of reverse action. Calms the nervous system. Takes all the old blood out of the feet and legs, replacing it with new oxygenated blood once we bring the legs back down. The legs start to shake. It's a natural vibration known as spanda. You may get a little numb in the feet. It's okay. It helps heal varicose veins, swelling in the feet and legs. Helps calm panic and anxiety. Helps us to sleep better in the evenings. Now widen your legs, bend your knees deeply. If you can, grab the outsides of the feet for a happy baby, Ananda Balasana. The knees go towards the earth. If you can't hold on to the outsides of the feet, just bend your elbows and let your hands rest on the outsides of the calves to support the outsides of the calves. Do what you can. Going to come into a one-sided happy baby. So you're going to keep holding on to the left leg. Take the right peace fingers to the big right, inside of the big right toe, and extend that right leg out this way, or just keep holding on to the outside of the right foot. I find it easier to have the peace fingers inside of the big right toe and let that right leg go out to the right, look left. She's chanting about Krishna. Krishna was another avatar of Vishnu. Krishna was known for his sense of humor. He was also a ladies' man. He liked the gopis. The gopis were the women who watched over the cows. Lord of love. He's also the Godhead who helps Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita. Release and hold on to the outside of that right foot. Let the left leg go out to the left. Peace fingers can hold on to the outside of to the inside of the big left toe or the outside. Or you could just let the left arm flop out to the left and let that left leg go out to the left. Look to your right. We practice through the eight-limbed philosophy called Ashtanga. The first two limbs are the yamas and the niyamas. It's how we behave, the moral observances. Bend both knees, hug them back in. So the first yama, the first limb of the yamas, yamas are our ethical precepts. Arms out in T, roll the knees to the left. Take your left hand to the outside of the right thigh. Look over the right shoulder, bend the right elbow, look over your right shoulder now, and your right arm is relaxed. The right shoulder's on the earth, the left hand's on the outside of the right thigh. The ethical precepts, the yamas, there are 5. First one is ahimsa, non-harming any living creature, body, word, or deed. The second yama of the 5, satya, the truth. Being kind when you speak the truth. Third one, asteya, not stealing. Fourth yama, brahmacharya, controlling your sexual impulses to not to harm another. And the fifth one, aparagraha, not hoarding, not coveting. That's the first limb of Ashtanga philosophy. Ashta 8 anga limb. Let the left hand swap down palma. The second limb of the niyamas, the moral observances, more personal. First one, saucha, purity. Not just being clean on the outside, but eating clean foods, thinking pure thoughts. The second niyama of the 5, santosha, contentment. Being okay with our lot in life. Knowing that whatever we have is enough. Wherever we are is okay. Contentment. Bring your head to center, turn your head to look left. Here we are getting into our spiral line of fascia. Deep inside the visceral fat, connective tissue that surrounds the liver, which squeezes out all the toxins. The kidney and adrenals on this side. Bring the head back to center, roll the knees back up. Roll the knees to your left. Take your right hand to the outside of the left thigh, left arm out to the left, bend the left elbow, look over your left shoulder. The third through the fifth niyama describe Kriya Raja Yoga. The third niyama is tapas, austerity, heat, discipline. We've been heating up our connective tissue so we can make it more healthy, more pure. Heat helps to purify. Discipline. To practice. Discipline to show up. Discipline to study, which leads to the next one. Swadhyaya, study of self and scripture. Allow your right hand to flop down, palm up. And the last niyama of the second limb is Ishvara Pranadhana, surrendering to the divine. In this case, we've been surrendering to gravity. Gravity is what's holding our body down on these mats. The third limb are the asanas, the postures, they should be steady and comfortable. Fourth limb, pranayama, life force extension, breath control. Without it, there is no life. The fifth limb, pratyahara, sense withdrawal. After a while, we no longer care about the temperature, what we see, smell, taste, or what we hear. What we taste, what we smell, what we see, any of those things that we are so attached to, those senses. So the first five are the outer limbs. The last three are the inner limbs where we go inside of ourselves. Bring your head to center, turn your head to look right. The sixth limb, dharana, concentration. Well, when we first sit down, we set an intention and we try to concentrate on that which makes us happy so we can keep going back to it, which leads to dhyana, meditation, which leads to samadhi, pure consciousness, the eighth limb. Bring the head to center, roll onto your back. Now, bend your knees and bring the soles of the feet together and let the knees splay open for a supine bound angle. Left hand at your heart, right hand at your belly. And breathe 3 times into your hands. Once for the health of this body. Once for the health of this mind. And once for the health of your spirit. Extend your right leg to the right corner of the mat. Let your right foot splay open. Extend the left leg to the left corner of the mat. Let your left foot splay open. Arms come down alongside of you, palms up, open to receive. And allow your bodies to fully relax. This is your Shavasana, your final relaxation. Satchitananda, truth, consciousness, bliss. Allow your bodies to fully relax and receive. Be still. turning your heads from side to side. Stretching your arms overhead, reaching out of your fingers, reaching out of your toes. Bend your knees, hug those thighs into your belly. And roll on over to the right side in the fetal position, resting your head on your right arm as if it were a pillow, lying in the fetal position for 9 gestational breaths. Reminding yourselves just how important this is. Taking a moment for yourselves each and every day. So you have what it takes to give back. When you are ready, use your left hand to press yourself up to a seated position for our final moments of meditation. Ending class as we begin. Hands in prayer at your heart center. You can have a soft gaze on the floor in front of you or keep your eyes closed. To your third eye. If you'd like to now join me in the final sound of Om, inhale. May all living beings be happy and free, and may our thoughts, words, and actions contribute to the health and happiness of all living creatures everywhere. I wish you all Shanti, 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 peace, peace, peace. Namaste. I don't know if this worked.